Hello aspirants, welcome to UPSC Vidyalaya YouTube channel. In this session, let us understand the question-wise analysis of the geography questions mentioned in UPSC CSE Prelims 2003. I am talking about set A. Okay, and this is presented by me, Sailaja Areti. The first question, if you see, consider the following statements. Jhelum River passes through Ular Lake. Krishna River directly feeds Kolleru Lake. Meandering of Gandak River formed Kanwar Lake. How many of the statements given above are correct? The answer for this question it is B, only 2. So now let us understand what all the 2 statements which are given in the question are correct. So the Jhelum river passes through the Ular lake. If you see, the Jhelum has a source in the spring at Verinag in the southeastern part of the Kashmir Valley, and it flows northwards into Ular Lake, northwestern part of Kashmir Valley. Okay. So from Wooler Lake, it changes its course southwards. At Baramulla, the river enters a gorge in the hills. So statement 1 is correct. Now let us understand about the Krishna River. So if you see, consider this to be the peninsular India. So Krishna River is born in the Mahabaleshwar in Maharashtra at an altitude of 1336 meters above the mean sea level. Now it is because in the eastern side there is a slope, so that is the reason even though some rivers which are born in the western side, they tend to flow towards the east. So the Krishna River is flowing, and here we have this Ular Lake. Okay, so consider this to be the Krishna River. This is the Godavari River. Okay, so the Kolleru Lake is in between Godavari and Krishna. And what are the things which feeds this Kolleru Lake? First of all, Kolleru Lake is a non-lagoon lake. Okay, so if it is a lagoon lake, what will happen? Directly the river has a source, but it is a non-lagoon lake. So it is a non-lagoon lake. And next thing, it is in between Godavari and Krishna. So the Kolleru River receives water from the Krishna River and Godavari River tributaries, mainly from the Krishna River tributaries like Budameru and Tamileru. So we cannot say that Krishna River directly feeds the Kolleru Lake. But if you are ignoring the tributary part, then you can say that Krishna River directly feeds the Kolleru. So this point is little tricky. So I am eliminating this point. So I am saying this statement number 2 is incorrect. And consider the meandering of Gandak River. So if you see the Gandak River, so Gandak River does meander. Okay, what does meandering means? Say for an example, if the river is flowing like this, so this river actually meander in this way. Okay, so finally it is because of the floods and etc. If the deposits of the deposit of the silt deposit here, then what will happen? Eventually this part cuts away from the river. So now the river will flow like this. And what about this part? It will become Oxbow Lake. Okay. So this is called as meandering. So what you need to understand is that majority of the Himalayan rivers, they does meandering. Okay. So just like that, if you see the Gandak River, it is known as Narayani. Okay. It is a major river in Nepal and India. So it has its course in Nepal. Okay. So we can easily understand that Gandak River does meandering and Kanwar Lake is formed. So according to me, in this option B is correct. Is that okay? Now let us understand about the consider the following base. Second question. Kam Rajar Port. So here they have given about the port and well known as. So if you have properly this idea of newspaper, then you can answer this question very easily. Kam Rajar Port. So here well known as first major port in India registered as a company. And Mundra Port. So largest privately owned port in India, and Visakhapatnam Port, largest container port in India. How many of the above pairs are correctly matched? The answer is B. Only 2 pairs are correctly matched. So what is the incorrect pair? So Visakhapatnam here it is written that largest container port in India. So that is incorrect. So what is the largest container port in India? It is JNPT. Okay, Jawaharlal Nehru Port, which is located in Maharashtra. So we can easily eliminate this. So the other two, Kamraja Port, which is located in Tamil Nadu, and it is first registered in 1908. And in 1999, this port is merged with Annur Port. So thus then it became the major port. Okay. So it is registered as a company. Yes, it is registered as a company. This is the first major port of India, registered as a company. So that is the reason our statement, I mean the first point, Kamarajar port becomes true. And the Mundra port or the Mandra port, it is largely privately owned port. So the Adani group of companies are always in the news. Okay. So by this you can easily identify it is the largest privately owned port in India, which is located in Gujarat in Gulf of Kutch. So the answer is B. Moving on to the third question, consider the following trees. This is a little difficult, okay? So you can have a brief, like everyone can understand what is teak about, but jackfruit and mahua, okay? So consider the following trees: jackfruit, Artocarpus heterophyllus, mahua, Maduca indica, teak, Tectona grandis. How many of the above are deciduous trees? The answer is B, only two. So jackfruit, like in Kerala, it is a very famous fruit. But in Kerala, you will see constantly, because consider this to be India. Here we have the Kerala, and here what happens? The receives the monsoons and Western Ghats passes through certain part of Kerala, so it receives highest rainfall. One of the state which receives highest rainfall. So what kind of forest will locate in Kerala? It should be tropical rainforest. So evergreen. So jackfruit is a evergreen tree found in tropical forest. Okay, and mahua and teak are the deciduous forest. That's how only two are actually correct, right? Now moving on to the fourth question. Consider the following statements. India has more arable area than China. Like why they have compared to China, I really don't know. Okay, and the second point is the proportion of irrigated area is more in India as compared to China. The average productivity per hectare in Indian agriculture is higher than that of China. Of course, China is one of the largest country in the world. Okay, so if you're talking about the largest countries in the world, it is Russia, Canada, USA, and the China. Okay, so China is largest country than India, but that doesn't mean that the land in China is so arable. Okay, the western part of China falls under the desert conditions. Only the eastern land in China is used for the irrigation purpose. So arable means is useful for agriculture purpose. So in that case, India has more arable land than China. So point number one is correct. Okay, and the proportion of irrigated area is more in India as compared to China. But even though it doesn't have more arable area, but compared to India, the proportion of irrigated is more in India as compared to China. Okay, so this statement is not correct. Like the third statement, the average productivity per hectare in Indian agriculture is higher than that of China. So this is also not correct. So the only one statement is correct, that is the statement number one. This is a little tricky question. Fifth question, which of the following is the best examples of repeated falls in sea level giving rise to present day extensive marshland? Okay, lot of majority of the aspirants get confused between marshlands and the swamps. Okay, first we will understand what is the difference between the marshlands and the swamp. Marsh is a wetland characterized by the non-woody vegetation. So here, instead of wood, we have grasses, sedges, reeds, and etc. Okay, so it is usually waterlogged. So marsh and swamp, the common characteristics is they are waterlogged or flooded. Okay, so but the difference is marshes are non-woody, whereas swamps are woody vegetations. Okay, now let us come back to the question. Bidar mangroves, these are the forests. If you are talking about the forest, then the wood should present. So can we say that Bidar mangroves are like they fall under marshes? No, they are the swamps. Okay, Markanam salt plants, they are located in Tamil Nadu. Okay, so they are also they have little wood, so they we cannot actually categorize them as the marshy lands. Naupada swamp, which is in Odisha, the run of Kutch. Yeah, you can call this run of Kutch because here it is dominated by like heat and sand and etc. So we can consider run of Kutch as the appropriate answer for this. So the answer for this is answer D. Okay, fifth option. Now let us understand the question number 6. Limonite and rutile, abundantly available in certain coastal tracts of India, are rich sources of which one of the following? The answer for this question is titanium. So you can eliminate this question by a process of elimination like aluminium, copper, iron. We all know the oxides of all these things. Okay. So the titanium is one such thing where we are not properly aware of these oxides. So we have never read about ilmenite and rutile in aluminum, copper and iron. So obviously the answer should be titanium. So the ilmenite and rutile are the oxides of titanium, and where they are actually used, they are used in the manufactures of aircraft bodies. Okay, in this context, it is actually important. Now let us understand the seventh question. About three-fourths of all cobalt, a metal required for the manufacture of batteries for electric motor vehicles, is produced by. So recently the electric motor vehicles, this is constantly in the news, and there is one reserve, that is a lithium reserves are found in India. So in this context, what is happening? The metals became all of sudden an important topic for UPSC. Okay. So three-fourths of world cobalt metal required for manufacture of batteries for electric motor vehicles is produced by Argentina, Botswana, the Democratic Republic of Congo, and Kazakhstan. The answer for this question is DRC, that is the Democratic Republic of the Congo. DRC is in constantly is in news for all the wrong reasons. There is a violation of child rights in DRC. There is also another question related to DRC with respect to the Congo River. Okay, the answer for this question is C. Cobalt metal is used in batteries because of its high resistance power. And electric motor vehicles में हम क्या use करते हैं? Batteries को. So in this respect, so cobalt became important for UPSC. Okay, so for an example, this cobalt metal is used in mobiles, cobalt batteries, and etc. Moving on to the eighth question, which one of the following is a part of Congo Basin? अभी हम पढ़े थे, like DRC is in news for constantly करके. Okay, so the Cameroon, Nigeria, South Sudan, and Uganda. So what is the answer for this question? It is the Cameroon. Which of the following is not part of the Congo Basin? So पहले हम Congo River. So this is the Congo River. The Congo River originated in Zambia and it drains. It is passing all the way in the Democratic Republic of Congo and it drains into the Atlantic Ocean. Now let us understand. So the Congo River is formerly known as Zaire River. Okay, and is the second longest river in Africa, shorter only than the Nile, as well as the third largest river in the world by discharge volume, following the Amazon and Ganges River. River Congo originates from the highlands of Zambia and drains into Atlantic Ocean. Okay, now consider the ninth question. Let us look into the ninth question. Consider the following statements. अमरकंटक हिल्स आर एट द कॉन्फ्लुएंस ऑफ विंध्यास एंड सह्याद्री. अगर आपको एनसीईआरटी के बारे में प्रॉपर आइडिया नहीं है, आप एनसीईआरटी को नेग्लेक्ट कर चुके हैं, इस क्वेश्चन का आंसर आप नहीं कर सकते. ओके, सीधा सीधा एनसीईआरटी से उठा के दिए हैं. अमरकंटक हिल्स आर एट द कॉन्फ्लुएंस ऑफ विंध्यास एंड सह्याद्री. क्या ये सही आंसर है? सही स्टेटमेंट है? नहीं, क्योंकि अमरकंटक हिल्स आर एट द कॉन्फ्लुएंस ऑफ विंध्यास एंड द सतपुरास. फिर सह्याद्री क्या है? इट इज अनदर नेम ऑफ वेस्टर्न घाट्स. सह्याद्री इज अनदर नेम फॉर द वेस्टर्न घाट्स. सो स्टेटमेंट नंबर 1 इज इनकरेक्ट. बिलिगिरी रंगन हिल्स कॉन्स्टिट्यूट द ईस्टर्न पार्ट ऑफ सतपुरा. इस हिल के बारे में मैंने भी कभी पढ़ा नहीं है, फिर भी मैं बोल सकती हूँ दिस इज नॉट पार्ट ऑफ सतपुरा रेंज. ओके, एंड द शेषाचलम हिल्स. Recently, a movie that is Pushpa, साला झुकेगा नहीं, became a huge hit. It received a huge applause. And उस मूवी में किस चीज के बारे में, स्मगलिंग के बारे में दिखाए थे? It is about there is one wood mentioned in the comment section. What is that wood? And he specifically mentioned the main protagonist in this movie specifically mentioned that what wood is only available in Seshachalam Hills, which are located in the Tirupati. Okay, the Tirupati. So Seshachalam Hills constitute the southern part of the Western Ghats. That is not true. They are part of the Eastern Ghats. The very, very famous shrine is also located in the Seshachalam Hills. Seshachalam means Sesha in Sanskrit means snake. Okay. Now, how many of the statements given above are correct? The answer is D. None of the statements are correct because Seshachalam Hills are part of Western Ghats which are located in Andhra Pradesh. Okay. Bilirangan Hills constitute the eastern part of, so definitely they are not part of Satpura range. So they belong to the Eastern Ghats and Amarkantha Hills. So this is where you can actually answer the question. Moving on to the 10th question. With reference to India's projects on connectivity, consider the following statement. East-West corridor under Golden Quadrilateral project connect Dibrugarh and Surat. क्या ये सही है? It connects Silchar and Porbandar pair of cities. Okay, so statement number 1 is incorrect. And second, trilateral highway connects Mora in Manipur and Chiang Mai in Thailand via Myanmar. So the trilateral highway, constantly it is in the news. So it connects what all the places? So definitely it connects Mora in Manipur and the Thailand में Mae Sot via Manipur. So it is not Chiang Mai. Okay, it is the Mae Sot in Thailand. So the थोड़ा little नहीं, it is a facts oriented. So थोड़ा facts oriented questions इस बार पूछे हैं. And third, the third one is Bangladesh, China, India, Myanmar economic corridor connects Varanasi in Uttar Pradesh with Kunming in China. So it is not the Varanasi in Uttar Pradesh, it is the Kolkata in West Bengal. Okay. So how many of the above statements are correct? The answer is none. Now the above statements are correct. Did you understood this point? Okay. Now let us understand the 11th question. Consider the following statements. Statement number 1. India, despite having uranium deposits, depends on coal for most of its electricity production. क्यों depend करते हैं coal के ऊपर? क्योंकि the availability of uranium in India is very little. That is the reason we are depending on coal. Okay. So next, and according to the data, 49.6% of electricity depends on coal in India. Okay. Statement number 2 देखेंगे. Uranium enriched to the extent at least 60% is required for the production of electricity. ये क्यों दिया हुआ है statement 2 में? क्योंकि Iran is enriching the uranium more than the 60%. Okay, if the uranium is enriched more than the 60%, definitely it is not for the electricity purpose. It is for use like electric, not the electric boy. It is used for the weapons. Okay, nuclear weapons के लिए use करेंगे. For nuclear weapons, the uranium should be enriched more than the 60% or equal to 60%. फिर इलेक्ट्रिसिटी पर्पस के लिए यूरेनियम को कितना परसेंट एनरिच करना है? इट इज जस्ट 1 to 3%. सो स्टेटमेंट नंबर 2 हमको क्या है? दैट इज नॉट करेक्ट, दैट इज नॉट रिक्वायर्ड. सो व्हाट इज द आंसर फॉर दिस क्वेश्चन? स्टेटमेंट नंबर 1 is correct, but the statement number 2 is incorrect. Okay. Now moving on to the 12th question. Consider the following statements. Statement number 1. Marsupials are not naturally found in India. Statement number 2. Marsupials can thrive only in mountain grasslands with no predators. इसको समझने के लिए पहले आपको मारूस्पियल्स माने क्या है समझना पड़ेगा. Marsupials are nothing but kangaroos. Okay, the female kangaroo. Can you see here? The female kangaroo which has pouch in it. Okay, why the pouch is there? So that his younger one can be safe. Okay, उसको हम marsupial कहेंगे. Marsupial is also a kangaroo. Okay, but marsupial is a female kangaroo. Did you understood? So हमारे देश में इंडिया में आपको कहीं kangaroos या marsupials दिखाई देंगे? डेफिनेटली नहीं. तो स्टेटमेंट नंबर 1 करेक्ट ही होगा. फिर marsupials कहाँ दिखाई देंगे? दे आर एक्चुअली फाउंड इन ऑस्ट्रेलिया and some are even found in South America also. Okay. Statement number 2. Marsupials can thrive only in mountain grasslands with no predators. That is not true. They can thrive in deserts. So ऑस्ट्रेलिया में मेजॉरिटी हमको डेजर्ट्स मिलेंगे. ओके, ट्रॉपिकल रेन फॉरेस्ट साउथ अमेरिका एंड ऑस्ट्रेलिया में भी पाए जाते हैं. सो द आंसर इज सी. Statement number 1 is correct, but the statement 2 is incorrect. Okay. So can you see marsupial? Right. So next, the question. With reference to Earth's atmosphere, which one of the following statements is correct? The total amount of insolation received at the equator is roughly about 10 times of that of received at the poles. ये heat budget के बारे में बात कर रहे हैं. Infrared rays constitute roughly 2/3 of insolation. The third option is infrared waves are largely absorbed by water vapor that is concentrated in the lower atmosphere. And the final D, infrared waves are part of visible spectrum of electromagnetic waves of solar radiation. So what is the answer for this? It is a C. About 70% of infrared rays absorb the water vapor present in the atmosphere. ये electromagnetic waves में in the visible spectrum आपको infrared rays दिखाई देंगे क्या? No, it is the VIBGYOR. After VIBGYOR, we have the infrared rays, next the radio waves and so on. Okay, and before violet, that is violet, we have the अल्फा, बीटा, गामा रेस, यूवी रेस, ये सब पाए जाते हैं. ये हमको इलेक्ट्रोमैग्नेटिक विजिबल स्पेक्ट्रम में हमको दिखाई देगा नहीं. Okay. Now let us understand about the 63rd question. Consider the following statement. Statement number 1. The soil in tropical rainforest is rich in nutrients. Very easy question this is. If you read NCERT, आप इस क्वेश्चन को आसान से आंसर दे सकते हैं. The soil in tropical rainforest is rich in nutrients. क्या tropical rainforest में the soil will be rich in nutrients? No. Why it is not rich in nutrients? क्योंकि tropical rainforest में इतना ज़्यादा rain गिरती है. Because of this, what will happen? The upper layer of the rock strata, the soil here gets eroded away. Okay, so the river wipes out the layer. If the river wipes out the soil, what will happen? So it will be dearth in the nutrients. So statement number 1 is like the soil in tropical is rich in nutrients. So statement number 1 is incorrect. Statement number 2 देखेंगे. The high temperature and moisture of tropical rainforest cause dead organic matter in soil to decompose quickly. Okay, so that is true. If a dead organic matter हमको चाहिए, definitely it should be high in temperature, it should be high in moisture. So the answer for this question is D. Statement number 1 is incorrect, but statement number 2 is correct. ठीक है? 64th question को हम देखेंगे. Consider the following statements. Statement number 1. The temperature contrast between continents and oceans is greater during summer than in winter. Climate topic है. Statement 2. The specific heat of water is more than that of land surface. Which of the following is correct in respect of above statements? Now let us understand. The temperature contrast can be seen in winter than in the summer season. Okay? Why? Because specific heat of water. ये specific heat of water क्या है? Water has to absorb 4184 joules of heat. That is 1 kilocalorie for the temperature of 1 kilogram of water to increase 1 degree centigrade. That is the reason land gets heated up quickly than the water. Okay, it gets heated up and it loses the heat quickly also. But in the case of water, it is because of the specific heat. It doesn't quickly heat up and it doesn't lose the heat quickly. So what is the answer for this question? The statement number that is D, the option number D, that is statement 1 is incorrect, but the statement 2 is correct. Okay, did you understood this? Now understand the 65th. Once again NCERT wala question. Consider the following statements. In a seismograph, P waves are recorded earlier than the S waves. In P waves, the individual particles vibrate to and fro in the direction of wave propagation, whereas in S waves, the particle vibrates up and down at right angles to direction of wave propagation. Which of the statements given above is or correct? See the question. Both 1 and 2. Why? P waves are recorded earlier than the S waves because S waves are the shear waves. Okay, P waves travels fastest because P waves are the compression waves, whereas the S waves are the shear waves. Okay, so P waves are individual particle vibrate to and fro in the direction of the propagation. लेकिन ये S waves में क्या होगा? The S wave direction in the propagation of perpendicular. So the particles propagate in perpendicular manner. Okay, so that is the reason 65th question के लिए C वाला option correct है. 66th question देखेंगे. Once again coal based question. With reference to coal based thermal power plants in India, consider the following statements. None of them uses seawater. That is not true. Coal based thermal power plants also use seawater for various purposes. The first purpose or the common purpose is for the cooling purposes. Okay, so ये वाला a statement wrong हो गया. None of them is set up in the water stress district. पहले when they are actually set up, there is plenty availability of water, that is the groundwater or whatever the water. But because of constantly these thermal power plants uses large volumes of water, now what has happened? Water stress districts हो गए वो सब. So statement number 2 ऐसा हो गया. And statement number 3, none of them is privately owned. No, we have our Tata Power, Adani Power, Reliance Power and etc. So how can we ignore this? So the answer for this question, it is the D. The D is the correct answer for this question. Consider the following countries: Bulgaria, Czech Republic, Hungary, Latvia, Lithuania, Romania. How many of the above mentioned countries share land border with Ukraine? Ukraine से Russia इतने महीनों से it is, I mean, right from last year, it is actually waging war. So constantly this question has to appear. Okay. So the answer for this question is only two. What are the countries? Okay. Here we have Romania. So Romania यहाँ mention किया हुआ है. Hungary भी land border share करी है. So it is the two countries which share the land boundaries. Okay. Consider the following heavy industries: fertilizer plants, oil refineries, steel plants. Green hydrogen is expected to play a significant role in decarbonizing how many of the above industry? It is a C, all the three. All the three में green hydrogen use किया जाता है. Mention me in the comment section what is the significant role of green hydrogen in these industries. Okay. So right. By this, I am winding up the session as I've promised, because I teach history, geography, and anthropology. I have made this videos on history and geography. Okay. So we'll meet in the other session. Till then, take care and bye bye. Do like, share, and subscribe, and hit the bell icon so that you will receive our videos notification whenever we are uploading. If you like our content, please kindly share this. And in the description box, I have mentioned I have pinned the link for our Telegram group. You can actually join it. Okay. We'll meet in the other session. Till then, take care and bye bye.